Have you ever met someone who seemed kind, honest, and loving, only to later discover that their true nature was completely different? Have you ever trusted someone only to realize that they were never truly sincere? People can wear masks. They can pretend to be good, act humble, and speak sweet words, but their true character is hidden beneath the surface. The real test of a person's nature is not in how they behave when they are being watched, but in how they act in moments that reveal their heart. The truth is, a person's true self is not in their words, but in their actions. You don't need years to understand someone's character. You just need to observe a few key things. How do they behave when they are angry? How do they treat others when they have power? How do they act when they no longer need you? How do they speak about others behind their back? These simple observations will tell you everything you need to know about a person's soul. Allah has given us wisdom in the Quran to understand human behavior. He has shown us the signs of honesty and deception, of sincerity and hypocrisy. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also warned us about the qualities of good and evil people. And if we learn to recognize these signs, we will never again be fooled by those who pretend to be something they are not. In this video, we will uncover 5 powerful ways to see someone's true character. These are the signs that separate the genuine from the fake, the loyal from the deceitful. And by the end, you will never look at people the same way again. But before we begin, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel Deen Xplorers for more eye-opening content based on Islamic wisdom. 1. How they treat weak and helpless people. The true character of a person is revealed not when they are dealing with their equals or superiors, but when they are dealing with those who are weak, helpless, and in need. It is easy to be respectful to a powerful person, but the real test of sincerity is how one treats the poor, the orphans, the sick, and those who have no influence in society. Many people wear a mask of kindness in front of those who can benefit them, but the moment they encounter someone who is powerless, their true nature emerges. A person who has a pure heart will show the same level of kindness and respect to a beggar as they would to a wealthy businessman. Their compassion does not change based on social status or material gain, but a person with a corrupt heart will only pretend to be kind when there is something to gain. They will be polite and respectful when they are being watched, but when they are alone with someone weak, their true nature is exposed. They may become rude, dismissive, or even cruel. Such a person is not trustworthy because their kindness is not real. It is merely a tool they use for their own benefit. But in today's world, we see a different reality. Some people speak of kindness and generosity, but treat their servants with disrespect. They look down upon the needy and humiliate those who ask for help. This behavior is a sign of a heart that has turned away from Allah. A believer must always remember that every person, whether rich or poor, powerful or weak, is equal in the sight of Allah. It is not wealth or status that makes a person honorable, but their character and their actions. A person who is unkind to the weak is far from Allah's mercy. Ignoring the needs of the helpless and turning away from those who suffer is a sign of a hard heart. But the one who truly believes in Allah will always be merciful. They will see an orphan and feel the pain in their own heart. They will see a hungry person and feel the urge to feed them. This is the character of a true believer. If you want to know a person's true character, watch how they treat those who can do nothing for them. If they show love, respect, and care without expecting anything in return, then their heart is pure. But if they are kind only to those who can benefit them and ignore or mistreat the weak, then they have no sincerity. A real leader, a real friend, and a real believer are known by their mercy toward the weakest members of society. Never trust a person who disrespects the helpless, for their kindness is only an illusion, and when the time comes, they will betray you as well. 2. How they react when they are angry. A person's true character is not shown when they are happy or in control, but when they are angry. Anger is like a fire that burns away the mask people wear, revealing what is truly inside their hearts. Anyone can pretend to be kind, humble, and patient when everything is going their way. But when they face frustration, disappointment, or insult, their real personality comes to the surface. Do they remain calm, or do they lose control? Do they speak with wisdom, or do they hurt others with their words? Do they seek revenge, or do they forgive? In Islam, controlling anger is a sign of strength, not weakness. Many people think that power is about being aggressive and showing dominance over others, but true strength is in the ability to remain patient and composed when provoked. When a person gets angry, their reaction shows what is truly in their heart. A person with a good heart will try to calm themselves, think before they speak, and avoid saying or doing anything that will harm others. They understand that words spoken in anger can cause deep wounds that never heal. On the other hand, a person with a corrupt heart will let their anger control them. They will yell, insult, break things, or even become violent. They may regret their actions later, but the damage is already done. Many relationships are destroyed because of uncontrolled anger. Families break apart, friendships end, and even lifelong bonds are ruined because someone could not control their tongue in a moment of rage. One of the most powerful verses in the Quran about anger control is, "The ones who spend, for Allah's sake, in prosperity and adversity, and those who control anger and forgive people. And Allah loves those who are good in their deeds." When a person chooses to remain calm and forgive instead of seeking revenge, they earn Allah's love and mercy. This is the quality of true believers. But controlling anger does not mean suppressing it completely. Islam teaches balance. It is natural to feel anger, but the key is how you handle it. If someone is constantly mistreating you, Islam does not ask you to tolerate abuse. Instead, it teaches you to address the problem with wisdom and patience. Speak up for yourself, set boundaries, but do not let anger push you into sin. Practical steps to control anger include seeking refuge in Allah by saying, "I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed devil," staying silent instead of speaking in anger, sitting down if you are standing, and making wuzu, ablution, to cool the fire of anger. These are all methods taught by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to help us control our emotions. At the end of the day, anger is a test from Allah. It is in those moments of frustration that we show who we really are. Do we act with wisdom, patience, and faith, or do we allow anger to turn us into someone we later regret? If you want to see someone's true character, watch how they react when they are angry. That moment will tell you more about them than years of knowing them in times of peace. 3. How they act when they have power. Power is one of the greatest tests of a person's character. It does not change people. It reveals who they truly are. When someone gains power, whether it is wealth, authority, leadership, or influence, their actions show their real nature. Do they remain humble and just, or do they become arrogant and oppressive? Do they use their power to help others, or do they use it to satisfy their own desires? History has shown that power can either bring out the best in a person or expose their worst traits. A true believer understands that power is a trust from Allah. It is not something to be misused for personal gain, but rather a responsibility to serve others with justice and fairness. But when a person with a corrupt heart gains power, their true nature becomes clear. They become arrogant, belittling those they once called friends. They start controlling and oppressing others, demanding respect instead of earning it. They forget that the same people they mistreat today are the ones they may need tomorrow. They become blind to the reality that power is temporary, and the one who gives it, Allah, can take it away in an instant. No matter how powerful a person becomes, they remain a servant of Allah. True greatness is not in controlling people, but in controlling one's own desires and ego. Power also reveals a person's sense of justice. A righteous person will use their authority to uplift others, defend the weak, and spread goodness. But an evil person will use it to manipulate, exploit, and oppress. If you want to know someone's true character, observe how they act when they have power. Do they become kind and just, or do they become arrogant and oppressive? Do they use their influence to help others, or do they only think about themselves? Remember, power is temporary, but the way a person uses it will define them forever in the sight of Allah. 4. How they behave when they need nothing from you. A person's true character is not shown when they need something from you, but when they don't. When people want something, help, support, money, or influence, they will often be kind, respectful, and caring. But what happens when they no longer need you? Do they still treat you with the same kindness and respect? Or do they ignore you and act as if you don't exist? This is one of the clearest ways to see who someone really is. Many people in this world build relationships based on self-interest. They will be your best friend when they need a favor, your closest companion when they benefit from you, and your biggest supporter when they see an advantage in staying close. But once they get what they want, their behavior changes. The calls stop, the kindness disappears, and they start treating you as if you never mattered. This is a painful truth, but it is also a lesson. It teaches us not to put our trust in people whose loyalty depends on their needs. In contrast, a person with a pure heart will treat you with the same respect and kindness, whether they need something from you or not. Their friendship is real, their loyalty is not based on personal gain, and their love is sincere. They help you when you are in need, and they stay by your side even when they have nothing to gain. These are the people worth keeping in your life. People who speak beautifully make you believe they are sincere, but in reality, their hearts are full of selfishness and deceit. They act friendly when they need you, but the moment they have no use for you, they show their true face. Think about it. Have you ever had someone in your life who was so kind and attentive when they needed your help, but the moment they were successful, they became distant? Have you ever helped someone in their difficult time, only for them to forget you when they no longer needed your support? If you have experienced this, do not be sad. Allah removes such people from our lives to protect us from fake relationships. True believers do not treat others based on selfish motives. Their kindness is not a strategy, but a reflection of their good character. They help not because they expect something in return, but because it is the right thing to do. They greet others with warmth, regardless of status. They do not ignore someone just because they no longer need them. If you want to know someone's true character, watch how they treat you when they no longer need you. If they still respect and value you, they are sincere. But if they act like you do not exist, they were never real in the first place. Do not chase such people. Instead, be grateful that Allah revealed their true nature before you wasted more time on them. Always remember, a real heart does not forget kindness, but a selfish heart forgets everything once it gets what it wants. 5. How they speak about others in their absence. The way a person talks about others when they are not around is one of the most revealing signs of their true character. It is easy to show kindness and respect in front of someone, but the real test is how they speak when that person is not there to hear it. Do they defend and uplift others, or do they gossip, slander, and spread negativity? A person with a pure heart speaks with honesty and fairness, whether in someone's presence or absence. They do not engage in backbiting or spread lies. Instead, they protect the honor of others, just as they would want their own honor to be protected. They remember that words are powerful. They can either build or destroy, heal or wound. But a person with an evil heart uses their tongue as a weapon. They smile in your face, but destroy your reputation behind your back. They enjoy spreading rumors, creating misunderstandings, and turning people against each other. Their words are filled with envy, bitterness, and deception. Allah warns us in the Quran about such people. O you who believe, abstain from many of the suspicions. Some suspicions are sins. And do not be curious to find out faults of others. And do not backbite one another. Does one of you like that he eats the flesh of his dead brother? You would abhor it, and fear Allah. Surely Allah is most relenting, very merciful. Speaking ill of others behind their back is one of the greatest signs of hypocrisy. It destroys trust, damages relationships, and creates division in communities. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who constantly talks badly about others? What makes you think they do not do the same to you when you are not around? People who gossip about others in front of you will eventually gossip about you too. On the other hand, a person with good character does not engage in this behavior. Instead of gossiping, they defend others. If they hear something negative, they change the topic or remind people of the good in that person. If they have nothing good to say, they simply remain silent. A true friend is one who speaks about you with respect even when you are not there to hear it. They do not allow others to spread lies about you. They do not laugh at insults directed toward you. They do not betray your trust by revealing your secrets. Their words reflect their heart, and their heart is pure. If you want to know someone's true character, listen to how they speak about others in their absence. Do they protect or betray? Do they spread kindness or poison? Do they use their words to heal or to harm? Always remember, the tongue is a reflection of the heart. A person who speaks ill of others behind their back will one day do the same to you. Surround yourself with those who speak goodness and strive to be among them. Life is too short to surround yourself with people who pretend to be something they are not. True character is not found in words or temporary kindness. It is revealed in actions, in the way people treat others when no one is watching. If you observe these 5 key signs, you will never again be deceived by fake friends or dishonest people. Instead, you will learn to recognize those who are genuine, sincere, and worthy of your trust. May Allah bless us with wisdom to see people for who they truly are and surround us with those who bring goodness into our lives. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel Deen Xplorers for more inspiring content based on Islamic teachings. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and keep your heart pure.